So this is response to others projects. One. So first are the reading projects, and then I'm going to go over the Las Meninas reactions. So first person I chose was Talia Martinez. So she agrees with AI's assessment. That's what, and I also agreed with AI's assessment. So she first kind of explained the road not taken, and then also how she interpreted it, and then also before the law, which was good. And then her explanation, the road not taken, was just like not necessarily explanation, but like her summary was like, at the end of the day, the traveler could only choose one path. Which is kind of the overall point of the road not taken. It was like, you need to make a choice, and it didn't really matter which one because both paths were kind of equally the same. So you just needed to make a choice, and that was the whole, I guess, point of the story. She did mention how both the road not taken and the before the law were similar, and I would have to agree with that. Excuse me. Because they both are kind of about making choices, but the road not taken is just a little more upfront about it. Like, you can tell that that's the whole point, and really before the law, you could see that there's many different meanings. Her explanation of before the law, she says that the gate represents death, and that's actually very understandable. And after seeing her and then the other persons that I will also kind of talk about, I can see how that makes sense, actually. So I would have to agree with that, because I didn't see that kind of aspect. In a way I did, but at the same time, it didn't click. So I was like, oh, that's cool. She also explains how fear and emotion can influence one's choices / actions, which is what AI was saying. How like external or internal forces can influence one's choices, I guess, or influence if one will make a choice. So that's kind of what AI was saying, and that's how she kind of tied it all together, which I did like. Next was Keely Minor. Anyways, I did like how she got straight to the point, Keely, as well as gave an outline as to what she was going to address, which was really nice, because she said what she was going to talk about in order, so that was good to follow along. She kind of explained both the road not taken and before the law. Like, she first gave AI's assessment, then her own assessment, and then also like the evidence. Like, she followed technically the script, and it was easy to follow along. So she kind of, her and Talia both kind of said that the gate represented death. And which made it click with me, was how the gatekeeper closed it, and that was it. Meaning, like, his entrance was closed, like death. And that didn't all the way click with me. So I was like, oh, that's cool. And then she kind of said that everyone will go along, I guess, a path in life, and some paths might be the same to people, and that's kind of what represents the worn paths. Like, they were traveled by many people, and they had gone through the same experience as a traveler. I think that's what she was getting to, and that was another interesting aspect or perspective. She also agrees with AI, and then she makes notes how, like, eternal conflict and emotions will make one have doubts, suspicions, and influence the choices that we make or someone would make, and kind of that reflects, and how that reflects in both the road not taken and before the law. So next are the Las Meninas reactions. First is Riley Hendricks. She said that, like, she talked about how, like, the painting is like a real event, kind of like a snapshot, a photograph. She also talked about how the lighting influences perception, which makes it feel more real. And I would have to agree. That did help and make it seem like the painting was a photograph. And that's what I thought in the first place. I was like, oh, that kind of looks like a photograph if you think about it. And then next was Elijah McCullough. I did like how he talked about his reaction to the painting, like how he liked the painting. Like, I liked how he talked about that and how he found things like interesting and cool in it. And he remembered a lot of the small details of the painting, which was cool as well. And he also mentioned how it was like a photograph, the painting, which was so we were all along the same line with that one. So yeah, that's about it.